What's up, guys? It's been a while. I know. I've been wanting to do a review for a very long time. I just haven't had the time to do it. I've been very busy. And originally, I wanted to do a review for all the Star Wars movies leading up to The Last Jedi. I know in my previous Star Wars reviews, I said that. I couldn't do it, guys. I couldn't do it. So I figured let me just jump ahead to Last Jedi right now. And when I have the time, I will go back and review the rest of the Star Wars movies. And I know everyone and their mother has already reviewed this movie, and I am late to the party. But it is what it is. So without further ado, here is my review for The Last Jedi. Let's do it. Star Wars Episode 8 The Last Jedi is directed by Rian Johnson and stars Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Adam Driver, Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, Andy Serkis, Tom Hope Gleason, Anthony Daniels, Gwendolyn Christie, Kelly Marie Tran, Laura Dern, Benicio del Toro, and the list goes on and on. There's a lot of actors in this movie, but I think I named the most important ones. And here to read the plot details for this movie is the return of Jar Jar Binks. Take it away, Jar Jar.
Despacito, la 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 la, despacito, la 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 la.
Jar Jar. Jar Jar, man, you're up. Can you please read the plot details for me?
Oh, sorry, I was singing Despacito.
You like that song, don't you?
Yes, very catchy, don't you?
Nope, I hate it. So, can you please read the plot details for me?
Oh, yes, most certainly. Luke Skywalker's peaceful and solitary existence? Excuse me. Where's Annie?
Jar Jar, Annie's not in this movie. I told you.
What happened to Annie?
Anakin died a long time ago, Jar Jar.
What?
Jar Jar, I told you already about this. Look, I'm not going to go and explain everything again to you. So, can you please read this for me?
Oh, jeez. Where was I? Luke Skywalker's peaceful and solitary existence gets upended when he encounters Rey. Who's Rey?
Jar Jar, I swear to God.
Okay. A young woman who shows strong signs of the Force. Her desire to learn the ways of the Jedi forces Luke to make a decision that changes their lives forever. Meanwhile, Kylo Ren and General Hux lead the First Order in an all-out assault against Leia and the resistance for supremacy of the galaxy. So, is Obi-Wan in this?
Jar Jar, thank you. Goodbye.
Wait.
Mark Hamill as Luke Skywalker I thought was fantastic. He did an amazing job. I'm a little pissed that the Academy Awards didn't acknowledge him for at least supporting actor. I thought he was that good. But, whatever. What do I know? But I thought Rian Johnson handled the character great. And I know a lot of fans don't think so. They have a real problem with the way Luke was handled in this movie. I disagree. I thought he did great. I thought his reasoning for the character, the way he was, how he wanted to be left alone, didn't want to be bothered, wanted just to die in peace on this island, I thought it all made sense. The way it was explained, I thought it all made sense. And I know a lot of people had an issue with the scene where Luke had a big hand in the scene where Luke had a big hand in basically turning Ben Solo into Kylo Ren. He, for a split second while Kylo was sleeping, he saw in his head how destructive Ben can be. He basically saw future Hitler of the galaxy in his mind, and for a split second thought, hey, if I kill my nephew, I could end this right now. Split second. The fans went nuts. Like, oh, Luke would never do that. He would never, ever think for a second to kill his nephew. That's just not in his character. Okay. But hear me out for a second. Before the movie The Last Jedi came out, there were a bunch of fan theories as to maybe Luke Skywalker is bad. Maybe he's a secret Sith Lord that no one knows about. Remember the posters that came out? You know, him looming over everyone, you know, saying, oh, what if Luke Skywalker is bad? That wasn't the case, obviously. And no one said anything about it. But in the movie, he thought for 1 second, he had a second thought of maybe killing his nephew to avoid the future of complete evil in the galaxy, and people couldn't handle it. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is, right? Adam Driver as Kylo Ren was phenomenal. Again, another performance that I thought was overlooked by the Academy Awards, but, you know, hey, whatever. But yes, he was great. I think in a lot of ways this was his movie. I think Daisy Ridley, when did The Force Awakens, I thought that was more her movie. This was, I think, his movie. They really concentrated a lot on his character, and Adam Driver was great. You know, in a lot of ways, the way he portrays Kylo is the way I wanted Hayden Christensen to portray Anakin Skywalker in the prequels, which, you know, didn't happen. But yeah, Adam was fantastic. His scenes with Daisy, with Rey, were great. It's one of the best scenes in the movie. And what can I say about his character? You just don't know where it's gonna go, and that's what I love about it. You know, his character's so unpredictable, and yeah, he's great. He's great. Daisy Ridley as Rey, again, was fantastic. I think her character was toned down a lot more compared to her role in The Force Awakens, but she still did a great job. Like I said before, her scenes with Kylo were great. One of the best things about the movie. And, I mean, one of the best scenes in Star Wars movie history was the scene where they teamed up for that second, well, for like 10 minutes or so. They teamed up together and they were fighting side by side, and it blew my mind. It was unexpected, and I mean, the whole theater went nuts. And yeah, it was a great scene, and I just can't wait to see what happens next in episode 9 with these characters, because it's all very, very exciting stuff. Oscar Isaacs as Poe Dameron, again, was great. In this one, he had a much bigger role than he did in Force Awakens, and his character is much more pivotal to the plot, and his character's great. You know, he's a great character. He basically is the Han Solo of this new trilogy, and it works. Oscar is great as Poe Dameron. One thing that bothered me, and it's very little, tiny. When he meets Rey at the end of the movie, it kind of bothered me, because I could have sworn, I read the Force Awakens novelization when it came out, and I think the characters already met in that book. So it didn't make sense that they met again in The Last Jedi, if this is canon. But whatever, it's a small little detail, and I also didn't like the way they met. It was kind of cheesy. So, oh hi, I'm Poe. I know it was just corny to me. I don't know, but like I said, it's a tiny thing, no big deal. Boyega as Finn was okay. He was fine. I just think Rian Johnson took a huge misstep in his character handling. I just think he didn't have much to do in this movie. He did fine. I felt his character was kind of just there. It wasn't of really big importance, and not like in The Force Awakens, where his character, he was a stormtrooper and went to their side, to the Resistance, and I thought it was very interesting. We've never seen that before, and here I just felt he just didn't have much to do. And part of the Force Awakens, what I love so much about it, was his chemistry with Rey, which it's not even seen much in this movie at all. And Rey is basically replaced with someone else, another character, which I'll talk about later. So yeah, but I mean, John Boyega was fine. He was fine as Finn. I just wish Rian Johnson would have done something else with his character. Andy Serkis as Snoke was great in this movie. His performance was outstanding, and I also thought the CGI on Snoke this time was amazing, out of this world. There's scenes that I really thought, his character looked 100% real. It was great, and I know a lot of fans are pissed off because his character was killed off, and and I also thought we were gonna have more of an explanation of his character and who he was, but it's fine. I love the scene, and people forget that in the original trilogy there was no backstory to the Emperor. He died, and we didn't know who he was. That was later explained in books and in the prequels. And who's to say we're not going to get that with Snoke? We'll probably get down the line. We'll probably get a trilogy of Snoke on who he was. We just don't know. So I was fine with it. It just the movie is just trying to explain. The director's trying to explain that this movie, the villain in this movie is Kylo, and that's the character that we're concentrating on. And I was fine with it. So I thought it was great. I thought Andy Serkis was great as Snoke, and the way they handled the character, I thought was great. Laura Dern as Vice Admiral Holdo, I thought was great. She was one of the new characters that wasn't in Force Awakens, but I thought she was a great addition. I thought the whole mutiny aspect of the story, what was going on between her and Poe, I thought was great. Some people had a problem with that too. Well, I didn't. I thought it was fine, and her character worked very well, and I was very happy with the character. Benicio del Toro as DJ was actually kind of cool. At first, I was disappointed because when I heard Benicio del Toro was going to be in The Last Jedi, I thought his character was going to have a much bigger role in the movie because it's Benicio del Toro. He's an awesome actor. But the more times I saw the movie, the more his character actually grew on me, and I actually thought his character was actually really cool, and I actually liked what Benicio did with the character. And I just hope it's not the last time we see the character. I hope he does show up in episode 9, so we'll just have to see. Gwendolyn Christie as Captain Phasma I thought was cool. Her scene was very short in this movie, just like it was in Force Awakens, and a lot of fans had a problem with it. They thought, there was no justice to her character. But I thought it was fine. To me, her character is basically there just to look cool, just a cool-looking villain. Just like who? Oh yeah, Boba Fett in the original Star Wars trilogy, which had very little screen time as well. So get over it, guys. Just deal with it. Seriously. Kelly Marie Tran as Rose. I thought was I just didn't care for it. I have nothing against the actress. I think she's a fine human being, and she does not deserve the amount of bullying she's been getting online. It's disgraceful, but it is what it is. The character just didn't work for me. I thought her character was cheesy, and her acting wasn't bad. I just thought her character didn't need to be in the movie. I'm sorry. If you take her character completely out of the movie, it wouldn't change a thing. It wouldn't. And I just thought that whole shoehorn little romance that they put in the end there, towards the end with her and Finn, I just thought was desperate and just like, what the hell? I just didn't get it. And yeah, the character just didn't work for me. It didn't ruin the movie for me. I didn't care for her character. Sorry. Carrie Fisher as General Leia, I thought was amazing. She did a great job in this movie. A lot better than I thought she did in Force Awakens. I thought in Force Awakens, it looked like it had been a while since she acted and she was a little cold. But in this movie, I thought she did great. And it really does suck that this is the last time we're actually going to see Carrie Fisher as General Leia. And I just don't know what they're going to do with her character in Episode 9. I personally think, because the way Last Jedi ended, I think it's definitely going to be a couple of years that Episode 9 is going to take place, at least 3 or 4 years in the future, and I think they should just take care of her character in the opening crawl. And I just cannot see anyone, her character being recast, and it would just feel wrong for me. It just really would be. But we'll see, but yeah, that Carrie did an amazing job in this movie. Her character was great. In closing, I thought the movie was great. and I'm excited for Episode 9. I'm also excited for what Rian Johnson's going to do with his own Star Wars trilogy. But I am glad JJ is coming back to close out this trilogy. I just think JJ is going to close the trilogy out with a bang, and I really can't wait to see what happens. I don't know what to expect. The way Last Jedi ended, the way it took things, I really don't know what to expect. So that's exciting. And yeah, that's about it, guys. If you like my review, please like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be back.